It's the last 1.5 hours of the event, and I have just a couple more things to do to finish it up. I'm Professorvoqas, and this is Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there.
As you can see, I did make it to the bonus tasks, and I have to place 5 brilliant Great Lakeshore page images in the registry. I actually have all 5 images ready to go. The 2 wild foundables certainly got 20 out of 20 fragments on those. Ran fortresses, of course, to get the Lily Potter. Had to do that to get past the set of tasks anyway. And then the other 2 actually rewarded to you, which the 1 fragment, we're used to having that rewarded in the 4th set of tasks. But in addition, they actually gave you 5 fragments of Snape, young Snape, which was really odd because you can see at the bonus rewards here, you're going to get it again. So I'm not sure if that was a mistake or whatnot, but I'm certainly happy they've given you all 5 images before they ask you to place them. Although the first part of Brilliant Events, the place 5 images has always been at the bonus. It's the second part where they put it in step 4 and then award you a fragment after. So we'll still see if they decided to fix that this month. But I do have those images ready to place, so that's not what's holding me back right now. It's actually the Return 13 Potions Classroom Foundables. At home, I did use some tonics, and the rest of this was kind of running fortresses. That's actually where I got a lot of the wizarding XP, was just running fortresses. I'm running my Dark 5 as well. But I just wasn't seeing a lot of Potions Classroom Foundables, and then also I was low on energy. By low, I mean around 50 something, so at that point, I just knew I needed to come somewhere. So I actually came up to Waverly Place here, where I usually start events, but I decided to finish this event here because I knew I'd probably see enough of these. So let me back out real quick. My game's running slow though, so I may restart it in a second. You can see there's actually none around me right now, although I am picking up energy. I'm up to 80 something now. 90, I just hit 90 energy. So I am slowly replenishing. I did use my in charm on a couple things. But before we place those images, let's go ahead and walk around. Let's go ahead and get these last Legends of Hogwarts Potions Classroom Foundables. And then after we're done with that, we can go ahead and finish up the whole event. That didn't take too long at all. I did throw a tonic on just to get a little extra boost to those type of foundables, although I saw probably an even mix of foundables from my tonic that I needed from the Potions Classroom, as well as just wild spawns around here. I'm also getting much more topped off on energy, which is nice. So let's go ahead and collect the 13 Potions Classroom foundables, the 10 spell energy. More spell energy, nice. And then let's go ahead and place those 5 brilliant Great Lakeshore page images, and then we can finish up this event. For those of you that weren't able to finish the whole event or else you see all the images, I'm hoping this helps you see all the story text all in one spot because we're going to place all 5 images. Let's start out with young James Potter and place his image and see what they have to say about that. Harry, you look like someone just killed your Krupp. What's wrong? My dad's birthday is this month, and I've been doing some thinking. Sorry, here I am prattling on about my personal life when you're essentially in the middle of a Cold War with the unforgivable. Not very professional of me, is it? Actually, I've been meaning to ask who this was a foundable of. I take it that it's your dad when he was young. That's right. I based this urge on him and his friends during their Hogwarts years as a form of tribute, but it's dredged up some unexpected feelings. It's made me wonder, if he were alive, would he be proud of the wizard I've become? Well, of course he would. Would he approve of the risks I'm taking to stop the unforgivable? Probably not. As a dad, I'm guessing he wouldn't. I obviously never met him, but I'm sure he'd be proud of, if nothing else, your commitment to keeping the world safe. Let's go ahead and we'll do Lily next. When James was born, I swore to him that I'd do whatever it took to keep him and our little family safe, just as my mum did. Now, when he says James, he's not meaning his dad James, his son James. I suspect the Unforgivable's threats are merely a bluff. But what if I'm wrong? What if they go after one of the kids? I'm prepared to sacrifice myself for my family, but sacrificing my family for the world? Do I allow the Unforgivable to have their way with the Calamity on the off chance that they'll leave my family alone? Or do I keep fighting back against their dark influence and hope those were empty threats? So we're really not making any further in the storyline. We're just dredging up memories for Harry. But let's go ahead and do the young Severus. When I was a kid, I would feel a sense of pride whenever someone spoke highly of my dad. I didn't have the chance to get to know him myself, so I cherished those secondhand memories as if they were my own. I think that's why I got so defensive and angry whenever Snape degraded my dad or painted him in a bad light. It felt like Snape was trying to destroy what little I had of him. After I saw Snape's memories of my dad bullying him, I had a hard time accepting that he wasn't the perfect person I'd pictured. It took me a while to come to terms with that fact. But I think I'm honestly happier knowing my dad as the real person rather than an ideal. In a way, I feel closer to him now than I ever did before. And we got a rank up there too. Ooh, let's place the Golden Snitch. Harry, one of our agents found this piece of parchment hidden inside a Golden Snitch foundable. We think it might be from the Unforgivable. Here, take a look. There's something written on it. We're disappointed that you decided not to take our advice. However, being the forgiving wizards and witches that we are, we've decided to give you a second chance. Relinquish control of the Surge, or we'll be forced to teach you a lesson they don't cover at Hogwarts, one that you won't soon forget. Rather melodramatic, isn't it? Harry, this is serious. All the school references feel deliberate, like they're implying that our kids might be their next targets if we don't comply. I'll contact McGonagall and see about getting Aurors stationed at Hogwarts. But if I'm being honest, I think you're reading too much into this. And the last image. Ooh, 1,000 experience. I'll take it. Oh no. My connection got lost right in the middle of that. I wonder if I'm going to get the story text or if I just missed it. I may have just missed it because it was literally just about to happen. The only possibility is when it kicks back in, maybe the story text will pop on right then. Other than that, I may have actually just missed some story text. Hopefully it wasn't important. We'll still probably get the final story text, I would imagine. I have a feeling this is the final story text and we did miss that 5th image. There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to come out with it, Harry. I think you should stop manipulating the Calamity, at least until we come up with a plan on how to respond to the Unforgivable. It's too risky to bet on them not following through on their threats. It's just as risky, if not more so, to allow a group of dark wizards and witches have free reign over the Calamity. Isn't that right, Hermione? There's a very real possibility that they might hurt someone. If not our kids, then no doubt someone equally as innocent if we don't give in to their demands. I'm hesitant to put anyone at risk like that without a definitive strategy on how to move forward. So I should just give in to the Unforgivable's demands and let them take over the second wave of the Surge? Is that what you're trying to say? It's your decision, Harry. Fortunately, you've got a bit before the next wave begins. Why don't you take some time to think it over? I know you'll make the right choice. My guess is he's going to let it take over the second Surge, so the second part of this brilliant event's going to be us dealing with whatever the Unforgivable Surge is. Yep, so it looks like I did miss that 5th image. I'm guessing it wasn't too big of a deal. I think that final thing was more telling of kind of how the story's going and what we're going into in the second part of the brilliant event. So unfortunate, but hey, I don't think it was too big of a deal. Everything else in the story text was more about his dad and just some of that stuff, so I think it was more of a filler text. But it did let us place all 5 images, so we do get this red spell book, which means I have finished all of it, which again, it's going to give me 5 more fragments of young Snape, and then some experience, and yada yada yada. 5 defense against dark arts books is the main part of this. 20 spell energy though, nothing to shake my fist at. Yes, and we are done. And look, adversary is coming soon. 1 day. I'm literally 1 day away now because I was right at the end here. Time is up to complete the special. No, it's not yet. So I finished with 56 minutes to spare, which is nice. Cool. I still have about 7 minutes on my tonic, and I have about 17 minutes left on my Brufios, because I did pop a Brufios. I figured I might as well get some experience while I'm here. So I'm still going to run around, get a little more energy, definitely collect a lot more foundables, just everything you see. At this point, I don't have to get anything specific, which is quite nice. But we're going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope if you missed the story text, you got to see everything I presented, except for, of course, that 5th image. But you did get to see the final story text, so you can kind of see where we're going into the brilliant event. Hope you're ready for the adversary event this weekend. I'm definitely looking forward to it and hoping to prestige at least one of the 2 pages if possible. Oh, one last thing before we head off. If you look, I'm 837,000 experience out of 900,000, so there's a good chance in the next video I'll be leveling up to 54, which will be nice. As always, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Knox.